All right, welcome to the car wash kickoff meeting. It's virtual this year, as many things are, and so I'm going to try and run through all of the information you need for the car wash for 2021, which we are going to do because it's outside and we can do that. So here we go. January 24th, that is today, the kickoff of car wash. If you are watching this after the 24th, no big deal, but you can start to get pledges after you watch this video. You're not going to want to get too many pledges before then, if at all, because your name isn't going to be entered in the system. So after you have watched this video, contact me, send me a text, an email, however works best for you, and then I can add your name to the pledge system online so that people can enter pledges on your behalf. All right, here we go. First thing that I want you to see is here's the map layout of how the car wash will work. Cars will come in off of Tequesta Trace Park Lane. They'll drive around our parking lot and line up at this point here, close to the dumpsters, where we'll write down each license plate so that we have a good record of all the cars. Then we will go to the tire and rinse station where the cars will get their tires washed, get soaked down, and then if we have enough workers, we'll have 2 wash stations. Otherwise, we'll just use 1. And then we have power washers where we will rinse them off really well and then dry them. Again, 1 or 2 dry stations depending on how many people we have volunteering that day. And so our whole assembly line of the car wash will take place on this side of the campus. You can see there with all the hoses and water and everything coming off the building. We'll do all that setup at 8 a.m. on the 6th of March, and we'll begin washing cars at 9 a.m. So you want to come and help set up at 8 so that we can be prepped, ready to go, and even run our own cars through before 9 if we get it all set up in time. All right, so there's the layout of the day of the car wash. So what happens before then? Well, there's 3 things that you need to know about the car wash. One is we don't accept any money the day of the car wash. It's a free car wash. We want people who are coming in off the street, not knowing anything about St. Paul Car Wash, to be able to come through and get a car wash for free. It'll blow them away. They won't like it. They want to give money. That's why they're there. And but it'll be something completely different than what they're used to if they're going to another car wash. So we don't have money the day of the car wash. All the money for the car wash is raised in pledges between now and the day of the car wash. So people pledge. They say we're going to give 10 cents a car, or $1 a car, or a penny a car, or we don't understand the per car thing. We're just going to give you $25, or however they want to do it. You get to keep 75% of all the pledges that you raise. And when I mean that you get to keep it, what that means is if you go on a servant event or a youth gathering or spoke folk trip, the money that you raise in fundraisers goes directly towards your trip cost and brings your trip cost total down. So if it's a $500 trip and you've raised $400 in fundraisers, now you only have to pay $100 towards that trip. You never get to see this money. This money isn't yours. This money goes to St. Paul. Obviously, for tax purposes, you don't own or have any rights to this, but we keep track of it so that when you sign up for an event, this money will come off of your trip cost for that event. And 75% of what you make in pledges goes right towards your account to come off of future trip costs. 3 things that you need to do in order to make money at the car wash. One is to contact people so that they will give you a pledge. And the next thing is you want to take those pledges and enter them online. I'll show you how to do that. And then wash cars at the car wash. So the other remaining 25% of pledges goes towards the hourly wage. 20% of it goes to those who work the day of the car wash. 5% of it goes to a contingency fund so that anybody who doesn't pay a pledge doesn't have to eat that personally. We'll make sure that we cover ourselves with a 5% contingency. When you're trying to contact people and get pledges, here's a few things that you might want to do. Make a list of all the people that you want to contact. Just put all their names down. You can download one of the forms and even enter them, print it off, enter them, and so you have all the list of people you want to have. Put their phone numbers and their emails down so you've got all that data ready to go. And then give them a call or talk to them in person. That works so much better. And just tell them what you're doing, ask them for the pledge, write down what they pledge so that you can go and enter it online later. If you get into a good rhythm of making a few phone calls, that is what I found to be the best. and it doesn't take very long, and you can be pretty successful. Yes, you might get a few people who don't want to give a pledge or don't understand it. That's okay. You'll get a few no's along the way. But for every no you get, I know you'll get at least a few yeses. And just go through that list and just make those phone calls. All right. Here's how you enter your pledges online. Go to stpaulweston.com/carwash. Carefully enter all the pledge information that you have gathered, especially first name, last name, how much they've pledged. Is it per car or is it a flat donation? And their email address. Make sure that you've entered all this information by midnight on the 28th of February. Then you'll get 75% of all of that gets entered. Anything that gets entered after that, you're only going to get 50% credit, because the more in advance we have this, the better we can go through those records and make sure that all the information is correct, follow up with people and make sure that they're ready to come and help or bring their car through the day of the car wash. The pledge website looks a little bit like this, where there's a scrolling video of past car wash, so you can see what that looks like. It has the information for the car wash and then places for you to enter their name, their email, their phone number, and their address, as well as the amount for pledges. The email is huge. You got to get the email correct. Make sure that you double check your email. Make sure you have the @ you have a .com or whatever it is at the end, that it's all right. So here's what happens the day of the car wash. We gather from 8 to 9 to set up. We wash cars from 9 to noon. We don't accept any money the day of the car wash. There will be people that try to throw money out the window as they drive away. Don't let them do it. Don't take the money. It's not free if we take their money. You get an hourly wage. So when you come to work the day of the car wash, if you don't want service hours, then you'll sign in, and the time that you started working and the time that you finished, and then you'll get an hourly wage towards, again, that account that takes money off of future trips. If you have people that come and work with you, say you bring mom or dad or a brother or sister, and they're not earning money for their own trip at St. Paul, have them put that down too, so I can go, Jeremy, all right, Jeremy's mom, now instead of working 4 hours that day, now I've got 8 hours that day, so that really helps out a lot. Our goal is to wash 100 cars between 9 and noon, so it's 3 hours to wash 100 cars, so we're going to try and get 34 cars done each hour. That's going to be a hard task, but I think we can get it done. So as you're asking for pledges, that's something you need to talk about with people and say, well, if you pledge me $1 a car, that's $100. If you pledge me 50 cents a car, that would be $50 if we get to our $100 car goal. If we get more than 100 cars and they pledge you $1 a car, then you could get more. So let them know how that works. When you come and work the day of the car wash, I want you to be wearing clothing. I know that seems obvious, but shorts, t-shirt, tank top, shorts is great. Swimsuit tops, especially for ladies, please have them covered. You can wear them, but have a shirt or a tank over it. That just the goal of the car wash is to raise money, to represent who we are, and by wearing clothing that could offend people, we don't want to do that. So thank you for honoring that. Also, sunscreen is a must. You don't realize it when you're working outside in the water that you're going to be getting a lot of sun that day. All right, so what do you need to know about following up with people? If they give you a pledge and you've entered an email, you don't need to do anything else. You're done. We'll take care of following up with everybody. If you don't have a valid email, what I'll do is I'll come find you and say, hey, the email address is wrong. Let me know what that is so I can follow up. Or you need to follow up with them directly. Give them a call. Tell them to go to the website. Tell them to fill out their pledges or their payments, however that works. But if you give me an email, you don't have to do anything else. So what are some important dates to remember? Here you go. You got to get all your pledges between now and midnight of February 28th. That will give you the most amount of money for your pledges, 75%. Car wash is on March 6th. And anything, if we have a rain delay or if we get rained out that day, we'll go the next Saturday, which is the 13th. You got to enter all your pledges with the email addresses so that we can follow up on your behalf. So that's an important thing to know. Hey, we don't accept any money the day of the car wash. I don't know if you've heard that yet, but we don't take any money. Don't let anybody give it to you. And then alongside of this video, there's links on this web page that will show you how to download helpful tips for communicating with people, even a short little script if you want to use that to communicate with people. So use the instructions for getting pledge sheet for more information. There's a lot of good stuff on there. All right. I think that's it. So the biggest thing that you need to do now is take a look at all the pledge information, go through the list of people that you need to make and follow up with so that you can get pledges and do that sooner rather than later. If you would like to call people in the church directory, let me know. I can get you a church directory, or you can use the Breeze directory through the St. Paul Weston app. You can actually access people through the app on our website or through the St. Paul Weston app. So do that. Let me know you've watched this so that I can create your own name on the pledge information, and that will help you out too. And the biggest change this year from past years is that we're only washing cars from 9 to noon. We're not going a full day this year just because I don't know how many people are going to be helping us wash. And so to avoid having very few people and very few crowds and very few cars coming scattered throughout the day, we're going to compact that into 3 intense hours of working and trying to get as many cars as we can wash. Our goal is 100 from 9 to noon on the 6th of March. All right, thanks for watching. Blessings as you get pledges. If you have any questions or need more information, please let me know. Again, let me know that you watched this, and then I can get your name on the pledge sheet so that anybody who goes to that website to fill out pledges from our congregation can just select your name from the drop down. All right, good luck.